episode of the Soful Prosperity Podcast, where we align well for well-being. Today we got a special guest, Averianna The Personality.
Hey,
How
hey,
how you doing today? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just grinding, trying to get these podcasts. I have some get some free game out to the culture, man. You can tell
Well,
them.
look,
Wait, what you say?
no, I was gonna say you starting off the year proper. You getting to it.
No, guys to. I mean, 2026, y'all. We in it. We 2026. We lit, y'all. But I want to ask you, just tell them a little bit about yourself. Before I even just start asking you questions, just introduce yourself. All right.
Also, I am Averianna The Personality. I am a TV radio personality. I am a freelance journalist here in Nashville, Tennessee. I am a native, so sort of like a unicorn in my hometown. My main coverage is obviously the culture side, hip hop and R&B. I always like to brag because I was the first native ever on our hip hop station here in Nashville, Tennessee. That is one I want to beat. And then I also was the first to bring, our local hip hop talent to the station and, get that exposure. So that's one of my little perks. I like to say that I contributed to the history of Music City. Yeah. Oh, also the first to bring hip hop downtown Broadway as well, along with NAMM, the National Museum of African American Music. So I always like to say that because I want y'all to know that like I'm living history right now in the Music City for the culture.
You marked the history forever.
Mm-hmm. For the
Yeah.
culture. Do it for the
Man,
coach.
we gotta talk about that Broadway too. I was on Broadway. I ain't 21 yet, so I can't be too turned yet. I was 20, but I was on Broadway. YoungBoy comes. We're gonna talk about that. I want to ask you this though first, just representing Cashville, aka Nashville, bro. What shaped your identity and how have it like helped you evolve? How have you evolved like beyond just being in like just Nashville, being the person that what's deeper than that? Just being, the social media. Everybody see the social media. What's deeper than that?
I think the evolvement came from me. I moved to LA right after college. And so I soaked up a lot of just the Hollywood lifestyle. And so me being young, 21, I moved back home and I'm trying to build that. So that was the cultivation, me going to LA. Well, first of all, us watching movies and just only just imagining ever seeing something like that. So going down there, living there, experiencing it, working in the different rooms, and then bringing it back to the Music City for the culture. Like, I feel like nobody believed that I was from Nashville. Like, yes, I'm from. Oops, so sorry, my dog. Hold on one second.
You good? I got a German Shepherd too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Um, but yeah, so I wanted to bring what I saw back to Nashville because people didn't really believe that, Black people were here. So I wanted to be a voice for us. And so that voice started in California. And then I came home and cultivated and then built everybody, all the Black voices up. And so now, we're all winning and thriving. And I think that's really what cultivated the voice of Cashville and Averianna The Personality. Now beyond, just the media side, I am a school teacher. So my voice is far beyond just the entertainment. I'm cultivating these students. I have 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And I teach PE. So, I'm teaching them, how to control mind, body. So we got a whole lot of crash outs in this generation. So, teaching them, different alternatives versus, crashing out. We got meditation. That is something that I'm implementing into the students. Obviously just physical education. They don't even like to run. They don't like to do nothing. Baby, get up. You want to be fat. Because that's exactly how I talk to them, their language. But yeah, just being a voice and impacting in that manner on the next generation level as well. So just expanding my voice in every avenue that God allows me to.
No, thanks. I want to I can speak on that. 'Cause I'm part of that generation. Shoot, I'm right there. Like we are addicted to our phones, scrolling, going outside, not doing exercising, not mental exercise,
Nothing.
going within ourselves, nothing. So I think we do need that. I think actually when I was in 6th and 7th, 8th grade. Those important years because I started meditation. One of my gym teachers as well just started doing that. It was a good way for me, and that carried on as I got older.
Well,
But I
that's
want to ask
good.
you. I want you to keep doing that for real as a teacher
Yeah,
for real.
thank
You
you.
set an example. I want to ask you that though. What got you uncomfortable? Be like, first, I want to go to LA. That shit. My bad. Excuse my language. That's a risk.
Yeah.
That's like
I saw it on TV, watching Disney Channel, watching Nickelodeon. I was very fascinated with Lala Anthony and Oprah Winfrey at the time. So I Googled where Lala went to school, what she did, how she did it, and I followed those steps. So I couldn't afford to go to Philadelphia School of Arts where she went. I went to MTSU, just as good of a media institution. For what our focus was. So that's 30 minutes away from home. So I went there. She majored in broadcast journalism. I majored in broadcast journalism, which led to being multimedia journalism. And in my term of school. Then after that, she moved to LA. I moved to LA. I literally just followed Lala Anthony's footsteps, literally when it came to education, and getting what I needed to be who I saw myself being.
as you did it was like at what moment did you realize like my bad my phone at what moment did you realize like your voice was just more than just speaking because we realize with content now you can monetize your voice, you can do so many different things with just being a speaker and you the personality. So I know so I want to ask you what was like that, just being okay, I can be that person just with a voice and a personality.
I'm gonna keep it real. All my life, like as a kid, I was silenced. So for me to grow up to be a voice, let alone a voice of a whole city, like that's God, so not my will, but his. I can't really explain it. I can't really give you a real answer as far as like when did I know that my voice was. I didn't really. It didn't really hit me. Honestly, I just turned 30, and it hit me at 30 of like my voice is not just the sound. My voice is being an example. It's beyond like the sound of it. Like whatever's coming out of my mouth, I have to live it. So that's what God is working. Well, the transition in me now is I don't even want to be heard. I want to be, I want you to see me. I want you to see me live this out. Like, I really want to like live out an example. So that's why I feel like God got me in training with the kids to be an example, So when he does set me on that platform to be an example for old people, young people, green people, blue people,
Yeah,
whoever, aliens, I'm ready,
this your training.
Yeah.
I like what you said though. You said like the journey of just becoming towards that. Like you probably wasn't even thinking about that years ago.
Never. What?
Yeah,
The voice, like what? People keep saying this. Like, what? That's crazy. Me, I literally like I tell you, as a kid, I just felt silence. Like I was popular, but like right away, popular lonely. Like I was known, I was out there, but like this, that girl inside, like she didn't really pop out until MTSU, until Averianna the Personality was invented, until she felt comfortable.
I like what you said though. You had to reinvent yourself, and I think that's kind of like something I did with within
Yeah,
myself. It's like something I did within myself, which is reinvent myself. I call myself DevoTheAlchemist. Just like it's like a name. I kind of see it just like I like what you said, like kind of like the better version of myself, and like shoot, when I'm 30, I might be like, I'm tired of devil alchemy. Let me be something
yeah.
else.
The higher you just keep going higher.
Yeah,
Your higher self. And like you have different stages in your life. You're not nothing is forever. So at one point I was Paige. At another point I was Avery. At another point I was Averianna. At one point to the world I was Averianna Patton. Then I'm Averianna the Personality. Now I'm Coach Patton. Now I'm Miss Patton. So your name, as you grow and as you go through life, it
yeah.
changes.
How do you deal with that though? Dealing with becoming like these so many different personalities, but you have to bottle them. You still have to have that because you might have
One
to
person.
go back to that. You
Right.
can't just let it go.
Um, I'm just right. I don't even, I'm right now, I'm in the process of learning, and having that discernment of knowing what to hold on to versus what to let go of, because I did have to do a lot of unlearning in my 20s. So now I'm like getting to that fresh, that fresh slate where I can now breathe and start my own world of what is integrity for me, what is a non-negotiable for me, versus when somebody else is telling me this is a non-negotiable. You don't let people do this, you let people do this. You know what I'm saying? Just making my own rules for my own life under God's authority. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I'm still learning. Some things I do hold on to that I should been let go of. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
um I feel like when the fact that God has me adapting in all these different spaces at the same time, that's what's helping me, because I don't have no choice. I have to show up. I know what it feels like to be Averianna. I know what it feels like to be Coach Patton. I know what it feels like to be Averianna the Personality. I know what it feels like to be Paige, a daughter, a sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like having to be all of those at one time in mixed environments. It's just forced me to come with my own energy and not be moved by the outside world.
No, that's powerful. That's true. You really can't rely on the outside world. You gotta rely on yourself and
That's
God at the
true.
end of the day. Once you connect to the God, it's like, oh, once you connect with God, He give you that
That's the
vision,
source.
it be over
That's
with.
that's the source.
No cap. I want to ask you this though, like, what part of like the journey that like most people probably didn't see, like, cause we talking about the stuff that shaped you into becoming the personality, as a kid being like not being able to express yourself as you probably wanted to, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I went through that as well. But like what was those things probably like some else they didn't see on a journey and they like, dang, cause people they just see the overnight success. They think it just happened. It don't never happen
Yeah.
like that.
Shit, driving to Atlanta in college, fighting to get on the red carpets, jumping through hoops, fighting the security guard, hiding to stay in rooms. I mean, the hustle and bustle, the struggle, the fight to have a space, filling out these applications, writing these trying to get these people to write recommendations for me to be able to be on these news stations, and I mean, at that point, confidence low as hell. Definitely feel like I'm not qualified. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like finding the confidence to beg somebody to believe in you. Also days where I had so much of a low self-esteem because I used to be really big. Um, I mean, I was crying. Like, the people like, how you gonna be on TV and you big? The disrespect, like, like the cruelness of
And
the
physically,
world.
you talking about
Hmm.
physically?
Yeah,
Uh,
the cruelness of the world. But what I was gonna say was I had such low self-esteem that somebody told me that I needed to look in the mirror and just talk to myself. So imagine a kid, like, she don't even know what she's doing. She just looking in the mirror, just, you're beautiful, like, don't let nobody, whatever my affirmations was for that day as a kid, whatever I was writing down. But I did that, and I cannot thank my younger self so much, because now when I look at him, literally you can't tell me nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I did have to do the work physically to feel that way, to have that confidence within myself. But yeah, it's just, I mean, man, it's so many stories I could tell y'all about, just about that y'all didn't see, that y'all don't know about. How many no's, how much disrespect I got as a Black woman just trying to be in a room that they felt like I shouldn't have been in the media world. I worked on different TV sets. I worked on the set of Pickler and Ben season 2. That alone experience as Kelly Pickler's assistant. What? You got this little Black girl trying to tell me what the main host want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like God has definitely put me in some situations to, if y'all want to know, listen, it's been a journey, you know, but I love it all. I'm grateful. It's built nothing but tough skin for whatever's next. And, you know, I give it all back to God. And yeah, so it ain't,
Yeah.
it's easier to explain, or it's easier said than shown as far as experience and making it through. But it's just like, man, go watch them old videos. You'll see. You'll see. Like very transformation before your eyes.
No, I think that's very important though, being like a content creator myself, just showing your journey. Like you get to show your entire journey. I think that's why everybody that's like on the journey of whatever you're doing, trying to be musician or movie, whatever you're trying to be, bro. Document your
Journey.
the journey. Cause I'm reading The Alchemist. I don't know if you read The Alchemist. Like that's a book I think you should read. Cause you just talking to you, you reminded me of The Alchemist. I just read it again.
I just read it again. It's crazy. I literally just completed it again. I read it a long time ago. Then I just read it again. Then like literally somebody quizzed me on it. I'm like, boy, I read the book. Like I know what's going on.
It
And
won
so
once. It remind me of you. It remind me of the journey. It just remind me of you. You like you keep getting like I was talking about it today on the other podcast I was doing, like that fear. Like failure will come right before you get success every time, and you gotta just keep going and pushing. Like that's why that was one of the books for me. That's why I named myself the alcohol. I had recognized like, but that's what life is. Like it's about how you react to all
yeah,
this going on.
you overcome. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
I want to ask you that though. You was talking about like it wasn't people that was like those no's and everybody not seeing the vision that you see, because you know when you're on the journey, not everybody gonna see that vision. I want to ask you, what shout out those people that were there. They was like, okay, I see the vision. I'm gonna support you. Keep going. Push.
Um,
Push.
my dad, Avery Patton, my mom, Sharitha, Mimi McCarley, my manager, and like now like sister. Um, a couple of my friends for sure. Kishayla has been very supportive. Maya has been very supportive. Um to I mean my grandparents, you know, they've always supported me. My granny, Catherine, and my grandfather Arthur. Um I mean my family as a whole, they definitely, I mean, they ain't been like hand and foot like how like people who are in the industry with me are, and like my entire family has been very supportive. Um, so yeah, I've had a lot of support. And then let me not forget the people here in the city: Dolo White, Monty Mills, Joe Major, um, don't let me forget Kenny Smooth, um, Sissy Brown has been very instrumental just as far as confidence. Um, Let me see who else in radio. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. Shannon Sanders, very helpful in my mixtape journey when I had the project with the girls. Um Phil Thornton, very instrumental. Shoot. Byron, let me forget nobody. Um Ooh, I'm having a brain fart, but I can't think right now, but I mean, I've had so many amazing people on my journey. Um, it's really my cousins in Atlanta, Tika. Like I'm just thinking about everybody that's
Yeah,
just been there.
it keep
Um,
coming. I mean,
yeah, and yeah, Tika, my aunt Doe, just a lot of different people. Fee, my cousin Fee, my cousin Cheyenne. Like I just remember everybody on the journey. Like I don't forget nobody. You know what I'm saying? That was there, like in moments where I truly needed them. So shout out to all y'all.
I mean, W to them for sure. I know that's like very important. Just having people, just having your back. I want to ask you this though. I want to go into the music side. You said a project, a tape. I seen that you was doing like kind of like what is called? You know, when they had like the live radio and like they come perform on there. I forgot what's the
Mm-hmm.
other one.
Mike,
Yeah, like those type things. And I was
the
like,
lot of respect.
That's fire. Like, what got you into like doing those, and even just saying like dropping a mixtape with, you said, well, all women was on the tape. Yeah.
So a long time ago, I think it was 4 or 5. I think in 2020 is when it started, or maybe 2019. I had my first Strictly for the Ladies, and so I picked different songs that I liked from different artists in Nashville to amplify them, and I dropped them on YouTube every year. The 4th volume, God got creative within me and was like, no, you're going to make the song and you're going to drop the song. So I was able to pick out a group of 5 girls, have them come in the studio, record a song. I host it, and I put out a project. One of the most outstanding projects Cashville has ever produced and released. It has over 100K listens organically. No fluff. So I'm very still proud of it. It still go up to this day. And shout out to all the ladies that were a part of that. It was called Strictly for the Ladies Volume 4. Shell Fox, Sweet Poison, Mimi the Goat, Blasian, B3, and Iman Dillard.
I mean, y'all gonna tap in with that. I mean, I'm an
Mm-hmm.
artist. I do music as well. Just trying to learn like the music business. I like learning like organic streams. You was talking about those type of things, but I want to ask you like, what was like being in that industry or just doing those type of things? What's like one of the biggest lessons you would tell an up and coming artist? Like, okay, you need to get into this. You need to do these type of things.
Up and coming artists.
Yeah, or artists is already just trying to get monetized, trying to get paid, and it's just artists in general. Artists in general. Yeah.
Yeah. Know yourself first, because this industry is nothing to play with. And I know like they say it, but once you get in it and you start putting your time and your money, it gets dark. It gets lonely. You have to believe when nobody believes, so you gotta really know yourself. And I always tell everybody, in anything you do, not just an artist, know yourself before you put yourself out there to the world, because the world's gonna try to tell you who you are. You gotta know who you are before you allow the world to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the world do. It's just the nature of the world. So knowing who you are first, and that's on every level. I'm talking about knowing your emotional triggers, knowing your mental triggers, knowing your spiritual triggers, knowing your was it emotional, physical, I said mental, emotional, physical, and
Spiritual.
Yeah. All of those. You gotta know, you gotta know yourself on that level, because we gotta understand that like the weapons are not carnal. They're not against flesh and blood. So whatever we're battling, it's up here. It's just falling on us as humans. So, but it's super deep. You know what I'm saying? So I have to allow people to find themselves on their own. But however you figure it out,
yeah,
on yourself and know who you are. Love yourself, man. Like love yourself beyond finding yourself, learning to love yourself first, man. Like, because this world is, man, it's crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? I
demonic
done
out
got
here.
chewed up and chewed up and spit out, chewed up and spit out, chewed up. And don't just let me be the sacrificial lamb. Don't you do it. Okay? I already did it. I'm telling you. Know yourself first. And then also just be mindful of who you're connecting to. It is beyond the physical, beyond the flashy. Go, how is this? How do they treat the people around them? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing you should be looking at in anybody entering this industry. If you meet them on a industry level, look at this. Look at this. Wherever you at, however your spirit can align and see, third eye, look at this. That's gonna save you a lot
That
before you
discernment.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then that's teaching you your own discernment. Because then now you're able to look at other individuals and find and spot out
The
different
patterns.
traits,
Yeah.
characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Now you can learn what you like versus what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So you're learning a lot in doing one thing. So that's the one thing I tell you to do.
Okay, you sound like you went through some. I mean, I know though. It's some shit. It's some weird. It's some weirdo. That's what we
Man,
deal with though. When you trying to push you God message, that's what you got. You got to keep your purpose and know what it is. You just got to
and you gotta know the devil is real.
no cap.
Don't underestimate that energy. Like, okay, you gonna think you fluffing and gullible and some shit gonna pop off, and then you gonna be like, and it's gonna be like, well, she told you he was real. Like, what you think? And then you don't let you be somebody with a lot of purpose on your life. He really gonna attack you. So you really gotta tap in with yourself before you get out there in the jungle, in the wolves, because it's rough, you know. So, and I was a female, so imagine that.
I got that question too. Like, how was it just as a woman? Like the visibility, people see you, and you got to protect your peace. I don't know. I can imagine it for a man, cause I'm a man, but I can't even imagine it for a woman for real.
So what's the question?
Like, how do you handle like just being a woman in these industry, in these places? Cause you already said it earlier about being a black woman in those rooms where they not probably respecting what you saying. You know, just how it goes sometimes. But how do you just stand on it? Be like, okay, I am that, and stay confident. Cause that's all it's about, just staying confident. Cause people they prey on the weak.
It takes time. It takes time. That's all I could tell you. I did not grasp this Godfidence overnight. I have been stomped on,
That's a bar though. You said God. You said Godfidence, not confidence. Godfidence.
Godfidence. Like, it's a difference, because confidence is you. Godfidence is y'all. Is him. You're making sure that he's shining above you, because none of this is about you. It's about the kingdom. Every day you wake up, none of your life, you not living your life for you. And because I grasp that understanding, I don't try to do nothing without him. For what? For what? Why would go out here? This ain't even my life. This is. So I'm gonna do whatever he tells me to do, you know, like. And when I break, you know, my relationship down with God like that, you know, even for my kids, they get it. I'm like, now listen, God said, you know, make it make sense. You know, why would I go out here in the world and try to be him, knowing the devil that I'm against? I know what he's capable of. I've seen it in my life by not listening to God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I try to go out here and live life on my own? And God already told me my life is not my own. To him I belong. So give yourself. You got to give yourself to him. So I live like that. I live in him, by him. Even when I'm turned up, Lord, I'm gonna turn up. Now watch me, Lord. When it's time to go, he
Yeah.
loud. He loud in my ears. You know what I'm saying? I'm still human. I'm not uh I'm far from religious or whatever people say. You know what I'm saying? But I know the Lord. I know God is good. I know Jesus is real. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. And I profess his word. Like, I'm no preacher. I'm just a regular person. And that's what God uses. So, you know.
Yeah. You a vessel for sure.
Hey, I claim it. I walk in it. I don't deny it.
And I was reading a quote like, people can be a vessel for God, or we can be a vessel for the devil, and it's about choosing. We all make a choice, unknowingly or knowingly. We make a choice.
That's it. So why play dumb when you know the rules of the game, the rules of the world, the rules of living on earth?
I mean, I feel you now. That's cap, no cap. Y'all gotta make sure I keep God first, and make sure you stay in the line, bro. Make sure you keep him, because if you keep God first and keep him in your presence, bro, you're gonna get warnings. You're gonna get warnings to get out of place. I swear, that's how I know I'm protected, divinely protected. I let God. I put that in the song. Like, I'm divinely protected. I let God intervene. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Just
That's it.
allowing that to
And then you get an extra set of peace in knowing that ain't nothing. I'm good. I'm good wherever I'm at. This is the type of confidence I have. Y'all good because I'm here. When I leave, y'all be
me.
better leaving. I ain't gonna lie. That's the type of the level of confidence I have in my God. Like, y'all protected because I'm in this thing. God might have sent me here to protect y'all. You don't know. You don't ever know
Real.
who He's using. So Yeah, he probably like, yeah, let me go ahead and get my little ratchet soldier. She gonna go down there, go on in there. Yeah, I'm in there. We turn, but I'm still doing the kingdom work. I'm not of the world. So I come with the energy. I bring the light. So yeah.
I want to end this off though. I want to end the pod off to ask you to give the next personality, the next media nigga. I mean, somebody trying to get in media. There's someone that's chasing their dreams on their journey, trying to go to LA, trying to take the risk, take those risks. What's your advice to that person?
You gotta the advice is you gotta believe in yourself. The same thing I told the artist, know yourself first and trust yourself. That's it. Believe in yourself, know yourself, and trust yourself. That's it. Those are the key things. Believing, because if you believe in yourself, you believe in God. It's all in one. Knowing yourself, knowing exactly who you are in the kingdom, knowing your purpose, knowing who you are to God. Trusting yourself is trusting God to do what he say he gonna do through you. And that's it. And it's saying I try to like get it away from religion, you know what I'm saying? But in layman's terms, it's literally them three things. Because do those things, no outside word, no outside energy will be able to shake God's voice within you. Whoever, who's gotten you this far or whatever. So as soon as you let people get in your ear, you get confused. Now somebody told you something about yourself. Now you in the mirror, like dang, they said, and that ain't got nothing to do. So what? So what they said that? What they got to do with you? You know what I'm saying? Discernment, knowing what to listen to versus what not to, and that is my advice to you, boo.
I want to ask you one more question though. I forgot about this. I had Real Chosen. He was talking about he met NLE Chopper and his experience. He had went on stage. That was my last guest. I want to ask you, what's like? I seen you had the picture. I don't know what YoungBoy artist's name was. I don't know his specific, but I seen you with of different artists. I want to ask you, what was like one of the favorite artists that you ever met or celebrities you ever met, and this experience you had with them that you took on for yourself?
Okay, the most memorable is Steve Harvey. I was doing production assistant in LA, and as a grown man, he cried. He was so vulnerable, and he told his story about like how he was living in a car and stuff like that. And to this day, I still remember like the vulnerability from this $1 billion man. You know what I'm saying? And to know that it's possible. It didn't happen for him until 35, 40. You know what I'm saying? So like shit, I'm still in the running. But that's something that really stuck with me. I've met a lot of different celebrities, and all the celebrities that I have met and worked hand in hand with have been nothing but love to me. I guess the most one career wise that's most memorable and means the most to me is NBA YoungBoy, for one, because
It's the GOAT.
when I like before he is who he is today, like I'm trying to tell you his character. Like I was like, hey, can I get an interview? And he was like, I promise I got you. I was like, promise you gonna come back after the show? He was like, promise I got you. Literally, it's a whole video of him literally like, like it's just a lot going on, and he like literally reaching for me. Like that's my brother, and I don't care what nobody say. That's my brother, and we was brothers and sisters in another lifetime. I believe that. But yeah, from that interview, me, Averianna, was seen all over the world. I mean, I'm talking about. Well, that was my first viral moment. Well, for something that I'm happy for. I had over like 7 million views all over the world.
What year this was? Like
That was 2018, 2019.
that's like that's that's even younger YoungBoy. Yeah.
Yep. So, the man he's involved, evolved into today, I don't know if he's still open, but I know even back then he didn't do interviews. So for him to even be open to, come and, stop and sit and talk to me in the car, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can really appreciate that. And those are the most memorable. But I've been on several red carpets and I've talked to a lot of different amazing people. So yeah.
That's a dope story. I want to say this though to the crowd. YoungBoy the GOAT. I'm sorry, I don't care what y'all say. Oh me, that's all I had to say though. But that's another podcast though. I appreciate you for coming and just sharing your time with me, sharing your stories, and just sharing this wisdom. Hope y'all take care of yourself and got something from this podcast. Apply this shit to life, bro. I ain't finna lie to you. I know I don't sugarcoat with y'all. Y'all apply it to life. It's another episode. See y'all next episode. Love y'all guys.